Today we are doing 10 rules for better law firm videos. And our presenter is Bill White. And you're going to recognize a few names here as we go along. But Bill is the founder of ReelLawyers. And I also, before this, started Law and Politics magazine. And out of that was the 1990s. Out of that came a name you will recognize, which is Super Lawyers, which is something they started, when they realized the magazine needed to make a little bit of money, and it turned into its own thing.
Yep.
Eventually, Super Lawyers was sold to Find Law, and during his non-compete period, he was helping a friend out at a law firm, and they did a video project, which brought in some significant business. And Bill thought, well, there must be something here. And out of that was born ReelLawyers. So, Bill, you can explain a little bit more, add some additional nuance there. But we've got some really fun things to share that Bill has learned over the years with having hundreds of lawyers on camera and shooting thousands of videos. So some tough lessons, some funny lessons that we hope you all can learn from when it comes to producing your own videos. So, Bill, I'll let you take it from here. And
All right. Well, thank you, Brendan. Yeah, that was my epiphany with video. We did this video. As Brendan mentioned, I had a non-compete. So I was kind of thinking, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And so I helped him out do this video. And by God, he got a call. He ran a patent law firm. He gets a call from Chief Patent Counsel of Nestle Foods from Switzerland and another call from an engineer at Halliburton. And I'm going, wow. So that was when I kind of decided, geez, maybe this I should look into this video thing. So that's when Real Lawyers was born. So along the way, I've been doing this for over 10 years. I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of lawyers. And I've learned a few things along the way. And these are the 10 rules I'll share with you today. And I hope you find them useful. As Brendan mentioned, many of these rules I learned the hard way. But before we jump into the 10 rules, let's talk the big question that I'm sure everybody, oh gosh, there we go. Oh, all right. We already know who I am. Okay. The big question everybody probably is asking initially, why video? Um, I'm going to give you a few of my top reasons to consider doing video. Reason number one is it helps conversion rates. Now, what are conversion rates? That's the rate, the percentage of people who come to your website who will end up hiring a lawyer. Research finds that video, if people view a video about a product or service, they're twice as likely to make a hiring or purchasing decision. So that's a big one. I mean, video actually works, as I learned with the patent law firm. Second reason is it helps SEO. It's good for your website. Think of it as green vegetables for your website. It's healthy. And why is it good for your website? Well, number one, it increases engagement time. In other words, people are going to spend more time on your website if it has video. Studies show that they'll spend on average 2 minutes longer on your website. Google picks up on that. If people spend more time on your website, that says to Google, hey, there's valuable information there. It also increases click-through rates, which is a good thing. If you put video on a page on your website, approximately 30 to 50% of the people who come to that page are going to watch the video. And lastly, it lowers bounce rates. Bounce rate is when people come to your website and they don't do anything and they leave right away. That's not a good thing. So video will decrease bounce rates by, on average, there's been a lot of studies on it, but by about a third. So it's good for your website. Here's an important one. It accelerates the trust building process. The big question that every client needs to answer before they hire a lawyer is, do I trust this person? Do I trust this person with the most important matter in my life right now? My divorce, my estate plan. I've been in a car accident. Do I trust this person? And video helps accelerate the trust building process. People get, with a click of a button, they get to meet you, get a sense for your personality, how you communicate. They could see your expertise demonstrated all in a minute-long video. So it's very efficient at doing that. The ABA reports that there's a 70% increase in consumer confidence in a service provider when they watch video. Um, Here's a big one. Clients prefer video. Um, Here's a typical page on a law firm website. Now think of this. Which is easier? Reading 800 words of text or hitting a play button? I think we all know the answer to that. Years ago, about 10 years ago, Forbes did a study, and they did a study of senior executives. You know, do these important people actually watch online video? And this is over 10 years ago. And at that time, they found if the same content was presented in both the written form and the video form, 60% would click on the video and 40% would read the text. And I can't imagine, here we are 10 years later, I would guess that that is now maybe 80-20 or even uh, higher for video right now. So people prefer watching video. People don't read anymore. That's kind of the sad reality. Social media, we all know social media is exploding. You got to have video if you want to make an impact on social media. And I'm telling you, social media is wide open for the legal field. You don't need to compete with Joe Rogan. You just got to compete with your competitor down the street, who's probably never done a video in their life. So it's my point is you can be a pretty big fish in a small pond right now. So it's great to get into social media with video. Um, Next is reach. Now, the reality is none of you, you're not Taylor Swift. You're not going to go that viral, but you can kind of go small viral with video. We commonly see videos will rack up, several thousand views, but more commonly, for a single video, 100 views, 200 views, 1,000 views is not uncommon. We do typically a suite of 15 videos, easily more than 1,000 people will meet you through those videos that you would never know otherwise. So video has tremendous reach compared to the written word online. Here's my favorite reason to do video. You can beat the big firms, the firms that have the big marketing budgets. Um, how do I know? Because I've worked with big firms trying to do video, and let me tell you, they can't get it together. The reason is everything's decided by a committee. It's very political. If you got 20 partners, who's gonna be on video? So it gets very political. They just can't get their act together. You, in a small firm, you're more agile. You can make a decision, you can get videos done, and you can beat them and level the playing field. And finally, leverage. Our typical film session lasts less than an hour. Typically, I'd say 40 minutes. And in those 40 minutes, we'll produce 15 videos. And then we'll repurpose those videos. We'll put those on the website. And then we'll repurpose those videos for social media. You've got a year's worth of great marketing content in less than an hour. And we all know that time is the most valuable asset for a lawyer. So leverage is the final reason. So let's jump into the 10 rules. Unless Brendan, do you have anything you want to add to that? Or
Yeah, no, I would say I love your point about beating the big firms. I mean, we see that all the time, and it's one of the reasons we love working with our clients and with small firms is that decisions can just get made and you can be nimble and get out there. And I'll also just second the point of the trust building. It just gives another way for people to get to know you as they're contemplating this big decision. So it really, beyond images and nice design and the content and all the strategy that brings them to the website, it just gives another way for them to get to know you. And we see it work really well, and we have a number of mutual clients, so we know it works well.
great. So now let's get to the 10 rules. So again, follow these 10 rules. I think you'll be able to do pretty well with video. Rule number one, again, here we go. Always interview the lawyer. So I'll tell you what we do. So we've got a videographer, we've got the lawyer, and then I interview the lawyers, okay? I ask them questions. Why do we why do I say you should always interview the lawyer? The first reason is question-based videos perform better across all platforms, AI, search, and social media. The second reason, and this is a really important one, don't let the lawyer just get in front of a camera and start talking. You got to have somebody interviewing the lawyer so you can limit the scope of the answers. If you just let a lawyer go, a lawyer is probably going to talk about 14 different topics and go on for 10 minutes, and that's just not very effective. Um, Another thing, the interview process, I find it makes the lawyer immediately more comfortable and conversational, and their true personality can come through. And lastly, you've got an extra set of eyes and ears if the lawyer's tie is crooked or if a hair is sticking up or if the lawyer misspoke, you can catch that. So always interview the lawyer. Second rule, ask good questions. So what's a good question? Well, I think a good question sort of matches the way people search. Think about the questions that the lawyers in your firm that they get from clients all the time. That's probably the way they search online. And also, a good question is specific. So here's a couple of examples of good questions. Are non-competes enforceable in Minnesota? Very specific. Another one, who pays medical bills after a car accident in Texas? It's a specific topic looking for a very specific answer, and they're both jurisdictional. Don't go with, can you tell us about estate planning? Or tell us what happens in car accident cases. It's too broad, too general. A good video, I find, what we try to do, we try to bring it in less than 60 seconds. And you'd be surprised how much content a lawyer can convey if the question is properly specific in 60 seconds. They can answer most questions if the questions are properly drafted. Next, this is a biggie. No scripts, no memorization, no teleprompters. If you want to suck the life out of your videos and make them even more boring, let's face it, folks, lawyers talking on camera is not the most exciting thing, but if you really want to bore people to death, have the lawyers memorize a script. It's terrible. I learned this the hard way. This was with a big firm years ago. I had a lawyer who wanted to do video, but he insisted, oh no, I've got to memorize the script. I want to be very careful what I say in this video. And so my videographer and I get to the lawyer's office, and we're in the big, nice conference room. And he's there with his marketing director. And we do take after take. He's trying to memorize what he's saying. He's trying to say everything perfect. He's stumbling. He's uptight. It's awful. We spent 2 hours. I don't think we had a single video. And then he and the marketing director start to rewrite the little script. And I said to my videographer, keep the camera rolling. And I go up to them and I go, well, geez, maybe I can help you with the script. And I said to the lawyer, just tell me, what are you trying to say here? And the lawyer goes, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. Very conversational. That was the take we used. So I learned my lesson. Um, One other thing I want to mention here, we don't do dry runs. You know, when I get the lawyer in front of the camera, we start rolling. Okay. There's no need to do a practice run. The other thing, this is very important. I learned this. Um, if you ask a lawyer a question and their answer isn't great, that's okay. Move on to the next question. Um, we used to kind of do take after take of the same question, and I found that every take, the lawyer's answer would get worse and worse because the lawyer would get into their head and they'd start thinking too much. So what we do is let's just get through the questions and then we'll circle back. I might mark one or two questions. Let's re-ask those questions. The lawyers warmed up. They're great if you do it that way. So I tell lawyers, don't try to be perfect. Let it rip. I don't care if you have a verbal gaffe or you stumble a little bit. That's what happens in real life conversations. People want to know the real you. So just let it rip. Don't worry. Um, Next, make it look good. So let me show you what I mean. Here's a nice setup. Um, and I am going to pause the video here. This is what I consider to be a nice setup. What we always look for, have space behind the lawyer so you can kind of soft focus. You don't want lawyers up against a wall so they look like a suspect or they're being, in a police lineup. Have some space behind them. Also, have the camera eye level. Um, I don't know if you've ever seen Alan Dershowitz, the famous Harvard law professor. He's on television a lot talking about Supreme Court decisions and so forth. And the interviews, you can always tell they're from Alan's his library or something in his house. And he always sets the camera way too low. So the whole time he's talking, you're looking up his nostrils. So it's terrible. I want to contact him and say, Alan, you got to fix that. But have the camera at eye level. And here you could see we do kind of a 60-minute style interview. So he's actually talking to me. I'm on a laptop computer doing like a Zoom call with him and just we're having a casual conversation. But so I'm off to the side. So the interviewer should be off to the side and it'll look good. Um, so next, make it make it sound good. Guess what? Audio quality is more important than the video quality. Um, people, they've done study after study about this. There's a company called Online Learning that's done a lot of research, and they find that people will put up with subpar video, like if it's not good lighting or it's not good framing. But if the sound is bad, you're dead in the water. They'll turn it off right away. So, two little tips about good sound. Here's what we do. Lav mics, the ones that you clip on your tie or your lapel. I'm not crazy about those for a couple of reasons. First, they're kind of weird to set up, or, putting them on a woman's blouse, or it's hard to find a good place for it. They don't look good, but also you can hear fabric rustling quite a bit. So what we do is we have the videographers bring a boom microphone, the kind up above, kind of from the talk shows, the kind they use on talk shows. Those are great. So if you hire a videographer, make sure they have a boom microphone. And the second thing I want to mention about sound is make sure your videographer has headphones on the entire interview and is monitoring sound quality. I learned that lesson the hard way. One time we interviewed a lawyer at a big firm, or it was kind of a boutique firm in Manhattan, but a very high profile lawyer. So it was really hard to schedule the lawyer and get access to the building. We had to have security passes and all that. So we get up there, we do the interview. Our videographer at the beginning of the interview, he had his headphones on, he did a sound check, everything sounded good. So 5 minutes into the interview, he takes the headphones off. Unbeknownst to us, the lawyer had rolled his chair over one of the cords and it affected sound quality. Sound was clipping in and out. We didn't know that until we got the footage back and it was a disaster. We had to redo the entire interview and the lawyer was not happy. So I learned it the hard way. You learn it the easy way. I'm telling you, monitor sound throughout the interview. Point number 6, edit to tighten and re-engage the viewer. I'm going to show you what I mean by this. So we always film in 4K. And 4K allows you to achieve what I call a two-camera look. So here's the wide shot of the lawyer. Now we're going to change to a close-up of the lawyer here. There we go. And that's accomplished with one camera. It kind of looks like two cameras. But the beauty of that, it allows us to do some editing. If he stumbles on a word or if he has a verbal tick and says all the time, we can edit that out. Um, it also provides, it kind of re-engages the viewer and provides a nice bridge between points that the lawyer is making. So use that two camera look and it'll allow you to tighten up the video, get rid of dead air, long pauses, and it re-engages the viewer.
Yeah.
Number
Hey, Bill,
seven is,
Bill, before you go to the next point, I want to
sure,
just interject here and say that with all of these last ones, Bill has mentioned, like working with a videographer, could be him, could be somebody local, could be, we want to give you enough information that if you want to try and do this on your own as well, this is all possible. And in a download that you're going to get after this, we've got some equipment recommendations and things that sort of point you in the right direction so that you get the right camera, the right microphone, and some pointers on the software to use that can help you accomplish this.
great point. Yeah, I'm kind of speaking from my, personal experience, but I've been that lawyer who actually figured out the camera. And I was terrible at it, but it worked. I mentioned that video we did at the beginning of the presentation, the video that I did that kind of awakened me to the power of video. That was all just kind of me doing it. And so, yeah, you can do that. You could do all this stuff. It takes, it takes time and uh, a little bit of effort. But I've seen the checklist. Brendan's gonna send you, and it's very thorough. So, next point: optimize your videos. Optimization is a fancy term for just communicating with the search engines, with AI, what the video is about. I'll show you an example. This is a YouTube short video that we're doing. And we optimize, by the way, we optimize no matter where the video is. If we put a video on Instagram or Facebook or on Real Lawyers or just on YouTube, we always spend time optimizing. It's not rocket science, but it's a little time consuming, but I really urge you to do this because otherwise the search engines, they're not going to really understand what the video is about. So the first thing we always do is we put the question, what question is being addressed with this video? And then who's answering the video? So we've got an authority. This is the Colorado Springs criminal defense attorney. And then we go on and we tell the search engines, guess what? She explains what to do when you've been arrested. Don't talk to the police, blah, blah, blah. And then we put in hashtags. They're very helpful. And of course, we always include a link to the lawyer's website, some way to reach the lawyer. I mean, obviously, if you get a video out there, you want people to be able to reach your lawyers. All right. Tip number 8, place the videos on the website. So, I'm not a big fan. I see a lot of firms do this. They will relegate their videos to a video page on their website. And I don't think people don't come to your website to watch video. You're not Netflix. They come there because, geez, they were in a motorcycle accident. So they're probably going to visit the motorcycle accident page. So when they go to that page, take your video that you did on motorcycle accidents and put it on that page. What we do is we encourage our clients to put video throughout the website. So we'll create a video about the firm, and you could do this. Talk about the firm, how your firm's different from other firms, what type of cases do you handle, just basic stuff. Put that video on your homepage or the about page. And then it's very important to get a video on the lawyer profile page. The lawyer profile page is probably, you guys can back me up on this or maybe disagree, but I think it's the second most visited page on law firms' websites because people want to know the lawyer they're working with. So place a video on that page. And then the rest of the videos we disperse throughout the website on relevant practice area pages. And then when you place the videos, I'll show you what we do. A few rules about placing videos. First rule is place the video above the fold. I'm kind of pointing there at what I call the fold. The fold would be below the fold means you have to scroll to find the video. You don't want to do that. That's going to adversely affect view rates. So place the video close to the top of the page. The second thing I would encourage you to do is to include the question as a subheadline on the page above the video. And that way, Google knows, gee, this page answers the question, which parent is responsible for child support? So place that there. And then also take advantage of the transcript. That's great content to add to the page. And what I encourage people to do is put the transcript behind a view transcript button, and one that where people click on the button, it expands to reveal the transcript. The beauty of that is the transcript doesn't take up space on the page, but even though it's hidden behind the button, the search engines can still see the transcript. So include the transcript. And then here's an important one. We create this image right here. This is called the thumbnail, the video image that sits on your web page. That's called a thumbnail. Now, if you don't provide your own thumbnail, YouTube is going to do it for you. And you know what they do? They go through the video and they randomly grab frames, still frames, and present those as options for you to use. And without fail, they will pick one where the lawyer's eyes are closed and their mouth is distorted. They look either insane or drunk. It's not a good look. And I've seen this all the time where law firms have the lawyer, like this, use a custom thumbnail. So we create custom thumbnails that look, we match the color scheme of the website. We have a nice picture of the lawyer. We put the lawyer's name, and then we have the topic that the lawyer is addressing. Again, spoon feeding the visitors so they know what the video is about with the question up here and the title there. Next thing I want to mention with YouTube. I'm a big fan of YouTube. I love embedding YouTube videos on the website. There's great SEO advantages. It's a much broader audience. You want to rack up YouTube views on your own website. Don't let your web team talk you into having some player that they upload the video to this separate player. You want to be part of the YouTube environment. But there's a few things about YouTube that aren't good. And one of the bad things about YouTube is when a video is done playing, YouTube always wants to hook you and keep you viewing. So if I were watching this video on child support, when it comes to the end of it, YouTube would say, hey, you want to watch more videos on child support? Here's what another lawyer says about child support. And suddenly you got a competing lawyer on your website. So talk to your website people, see if they can develop a special embed code. And we've done this where when this video is done playing, it automatically goes to the next video in this lawyer's playlist. So we just see Joni Solomon and we see all her videos. So maybe the next videos, she talks about spousal support or property division. So I think that covers it for placing the videos on your website.
Yeah, Bill, I'll add a couple points there too.
Sure.
One, I mean, definitely second everything you say in terms of the best practices. And another reason, especially that getting the transcript and that additional information on there is good, is also for ADA compliance, so that somebody coming to the site who can't hear the video or who can't see the video has other ways of consuming the content on that page. And yeah, of course, good for search and Yeah, you were right too about it is tricky. YouTube is constantly trying to hook you into their system and get you looking at other things. I'm stuck right now with my teenagers playlist. So usually when a video ends, I'm getting all sorts of strange videos. But
Yeah.
yes, we follow that practice as well to limit what happens after the video is done to keep it in the attorney's brand and ecosystem. So.
Yeah, and just great point. And to kind of follow up on that, a lot of people are watching video. They don't want to, the sound on. And so they can know what the lawyer is saying and still watch the video with the sound off. Um, Number nine, repurpose the video. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is a video we just shot a couple weeks ago. This is your typical, what we call horizontal video. It's shaped like a big screen TV. These are the videos. These videos are great to place on the website. But I'm going to show you another version of this exact same video. Notice it's shaped like your iPhone. Um, and that's on purpose because these videos are for social media, which is largely consumed on phones. So we take the exact same video and we repurpose it into a vertical format. And we do one other thing I want to mention, and that is we burn in the captions here. These captions you can't turn off and you don't have to turn them on. So captions are big in the world of social media, and I'm sure you've probably all seen those. If you've been on Instagram or TikTok, you've seen these types of captions. So repurpose the video. So what we do is we typically will produce 15 videos for the website, and then we'll repurpose, and then we send clients files that they can use for website, I'm sorry, for social media. And by the way, they can be used across that vertical format. That same video can be used whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. It doesn't matter. And oh, one other thing I want to mention about social media. The beauty with social media is you don't have to play all the videos at once. In fact, spread them out. All the social media platforms let you schedule out. You could schedule weeks in advance when you want the videos to play. So you can have a video, the same video on a Monday playing on Facebook, and the following Monday it could be on Instagram and so forth. So take advantage of the scheduling option on the social media platforms. And finally, sustain the momentum. One of the hardest things about doing video, honestly, is just scheduling the shoot. So, we might do a video with 3 or 4 partners at a law firm. We've got to coordinate their schedules. We got to coordinate a schedule with the videographer. We got to coordinate my schedule. It's hard to do that very often. And so, what we are encouraging people after we do the initial session, keep the momentum going. And the easiest and the best way to do this is with the new remote technology. I love it, and law firms like it. And I'll show you an example of what this looks like. So before I click play, I'll tell you what we do. We send a little, we kind of shopped around for good um, web cameras, and we ship it out to the lawyer. And we tell the lawyer, always be on a laptop computer. This is very important. Have a laptop that you can walk around with. So we have the lawyer put this web camera on a laptop, and then I connect with the lawyer on, it's kind of like a fancy Zoom call, but I have special software on my end where I can interview the lawyer. And I'll show you what it looks like. So you can see it's 4K, so it looks really good. So we can kind of do that 2 camera look I was talking about earlier. So we can edit nicely. And the videos look good and they sound good. And with this particular lawyer, we just use natural light, and it's really easy to set up. And the beauty is now, once she's set up, we have a nice setting. She could do another video. It's going to be so easy. We don't even have to go through the setup process. And so let's say there's something in the news you want to talk about. You can quickly do that. What I do is I send lawyers a link to my calendar They can click the link, reserve a half hour, and typically the we can do an update video in like 5 minutes. So it's a great way to keep the momentum going. Or if you want to think about this, doing client testimonials, you have a client in the office, maybe you could do a quick video with this remote technology. But it allows you, if you have lawyers, some are working at home or some are working at remote offices, this is a great way to bring all the lawyers in to interview them, and they don't all have to be in the same place at the same time. So I really recommend the remote technology. So those are the 10 rules. There we go.
Well, thank you, Bill. Have a question from the audience that came in midway through. And to anybody else who has a question they want to ask, down at the bottom of Zoom, you'll see a Q&A button, and you can type a question in there that wasn't answered already. But this one came in a little bit earlier about, is there a flip side of to not having it scripted? And also, can you speak a bit to like ideal time lengths? I think the concern with this question is what if you get into sort of like a run-on situation?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, if you don't script, you're going to be able to produce videos much faster. If you script and you're trying to memorize or you're trying to read off a teleprompter, it's going to take a lot longer. You're going to be doing a lot more takes. We typically, I would say 90% of the videos, the interviews I do are one take through. And the reason for that is you've got the lawyer in their wheelhouse of expertise. They could do this stuff in their sleep, and that's where you want to be. Um, when they're with a client, they're not reading off a script. They're just talking, and people want to get to know the lawyers. So I don't know if that answers the question, but uh,
What
when
about
they,
ideal time length?
the timeline, oh, what's an ideal length for a video?
Hmm.
I used to say, let's try to keep it under 2 minutes. And now I say, God, a minute is plenty. Again, it has to do with the question. If the question is specific enough, it pretty much can be answered in less than a minute. And the reason I like that is because we're now using social media. And, for social media, if you could keep it under a minute, that's a big advantage.
Okay, great. Thank you, Bill. Next question is, and this is answered somewhat in the downloadable guide that you're going to get after this, but we can talk about it a bit. Do you have recommended video editing software?
I don't do any of that. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert. Our our editor, he works off, and I'm drawing a blank. It's
Is it
like the most
is it
common,
Riverside? Oh,
Premiere.
Premiere, yeah, Adobe Premiere. Yep.
Yeah, so he works off that. But I'm not the authority on that.
Yeah. What we
I'm
put
a
together,
lawyer. I'm a
yeah.
lawyer. I don't know anything.
What we put
I know.
together in the guide, and after sort of I have some experience with this and with people on the team. So we use for our own video, and I know Bill uses this for their studio and recording, is a suite called Riverside.fm, and that is sort of the remote recording environment, although you can do it locally as well. And then they have a lot of basic video editing capabilities built in for trimming things, reducing noise and filler words, doing the captions and that sort of stuff. But there are also there's software you can get on your desktop. Some of the beginner ones are like CapCut,
Yeah.
Filmora, Shotcut, and iMovie comes on Macs. Um, there's some neat things happening now, like I think Filmora, where it's like AI based video editing. So you can upload the video, and then instead of like having to do the work, you can kind of just tell the AI what you hope to have happen. And it goes a long way towards, especially with videos that are this short and sort of straightforward, can go a long way towards, making them look really good. And then, yeah, there is more advanced software like Adobe Premiere and Final Cut, and like that's like a whole other job though. So
Yeah.
it's there. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
One thing I'd add about Riverside um, software that I use, how it works, it's kind of interesting. So if let's say I'm interviewing you, Brendan, my camera is recording me and sending it straight to the cloud. Your camera would be recording you and sending it straight through. So I'm not recording you as you appear on my screen, if that makes sense, because that's not as good an image. That's coming through the internet and it's not as good quality. So that's kind of, I think, the secret breakthrough with remote software, why it works so well and looks so good. It's really quite a bit better than what the image looks like in a Zoom call.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the local recording and then uploading it after it's done is really, yeah, it is. It
Hmm.
was a game changer. So
Yeah.
I don't see any other open questions. So let's see if I had any others on my list here, but I think, yeah, Bill, we talked about this a little bit, and I know some of our clients are seeing that, especially with AI, lot of new products popping up, and one of them is synthetic videos.
Hmm.
And I'm wondering, we talked a little bit about this earlier in the week, but just sort of wondering your thoughts on this. And synthetic videos are where um, you use AI and you take some screenshots or a little short video of yourself to create an AI version of you. And then you can sort of type in your script and it makes the video and starts to have like your ticks and sort of look like you. But yeah, Bill, what are your thoughts on that? Because it does seem like an easy way to make videos.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I could tell when AI is faking it. And my son, who's in high school, he knows for sure. He can spot it right away. And it's, to me, it's like the whole goal with video is you want to come off authentic. So why would you do something as inauthentic as AI? It's kind of creepy. I mean, you're the lawyer. They want to see who's going to go to court. Who am I going to be um, confiding to? I'm going to be spending a lot of time with this person. I don't want a bot image of this person. So, maybe they'll get the technology to the point where you absolutely won't be able to tell. But even there, I don't know. Maybe you could say this is really me at the bottom of the screen. This is the real me. But that's my knee-jerk reaction is why would you want to do something inauthentic
Yeah,
with
great. Thank
video? You're trying to build trust.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, and yes, in this day and age, I think the authenticity is as important as it's ever been. So,
Yeah, and think about it. You might come off really well and they'll go, is the lawyer really that smart and articulate? I mean, and then they meet you and you're a whole. So anyway, that's my take on it.
Bill, thank you so much for the time and for sharing the information here. As I mentioned, we will be sending a downloadable guide that has a recap of these 10 points and then some additional details. So for those of you that want to tackle this on your own or work with somebody local or with a place like Bill's, you'll have a lot of information at your fingertips to get things off on the right foot. Um,
I
Thanks
want
again
to
for
just add
attending. Oh
one
yeah, Bill.
thing though.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little plug because I work with web companies across the country and web providers. And I'm telling you, it's like pulling teeth to get them to place the videos on websites properly. Sometimes it'll take them months to do it. And I got to tell you, the people at Modern Firm, I'm not getting paid for this, but you guys do a great job. They place the videos well, they're responsive, and they know how to take advantage of videos. So when we do videos and I see, oh, it's a Modern Firm, I'm always happy because I know the videos are going to be displayed properly. So there's my little plug.
Well, thanks, Bill. I appreciate
Yep.
it. Um, our next webinar coming up towards the second half of May. Let me look at the date here. Is May 19th is what it's scheduled for now. Invites to be going out shortly is going to be with a financial professional on KPIs and top sort of numbers that attorneys need to be thinking about when it comes to like the accounting and finance side of their practice. So just some great tips out of a really cool company there. So invite will be coming out for that. Until then, thank you all so much for attending. And there will be a poll coming out afterwards, or a survey, just to get feedback from you. We're doing these for you to be as helpful as we can as you run your practice and encounter all the challenges of having a law firm. So if there's anything you'd like to see from us, more feedback, please send it through the survey or just email our team here. So thank you so much, and we'll be in touch soon.
All right. Thanks.